Do you need intro theme song?
No, we're not going to do intro theme song.
Dun,
Not unless.
dun, 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 dun. Oh crap! You started.
Well, there we go. We had Nathan do it today. Smeggy, Nathan is taking your he's taking your position.
I was not trying to.
But welcome to Hit or Miss. I'm Night Strike. Tonight we're gonna talk about just kind of news stuff that's been happening in the news. Maybe even broach the whole politics area. We're not going to talk about the intricacies of politics, just what's going on in the latest primary. I just want to introduce the panel I got tonight. Heavy B, what's up?
Hey. So we're just going to take a big lump of shit, throw it at the fan, see what sticks to the wall?
Pretty much. You got anything you want to plug or anything?
Friday Night Sights coming up. This coming up Friday. It's actually going to be on a Friday this time, too. Look at that shit. So,
how about that? You're going to give me a link, right?
Of course. Yeah,
all right.
I'll give you a link. I got to have you there. I got to have somebody there to give California a bunch of crap so I can talk shit, So.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that, too, because, I saw something in the news today. All right.
Wow.
Nathan, what's up?
Sheepdog Leather got the awesomest inside the waistband holsters just introduced. And, of course, outside the waistband belts and rigs with mag carriers, as always. And that is a shameless plug. But anyway, what's going on in my house is we're just rocking it here.
Awesome. I can always support that. And Sean Carter, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up? Fresh off of the Andalusia Armory Shop Talk. Give a shout out to Shop Talk Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock on Gun Channels.
Awesome. And I'm gonna make another plug. Anyways, guys, people that are listening, probably most of you are on Gun Channels already. But if there's anybody out there that's watching this video later on, if you are not a member of Gun Channels, if you are listening to this podcast or you're listening to this show and you aren't a member of Gun Channels, go to gunchannels.com, sign up, join the chats, talk to people. You'll be talking with like-minded individuals that believe in the same rights you do. And, we're all a bunch of great guys. There are a couple of us that are a little out there here on Gun Channels, but for the most part, we're pretty cool. So check us out, come hang out with us, say hi. You might even be able to join one of these chats and just, shoot the breeze with us. Anyways, we're going to get down to it. I want to get California shit first today. So, hey, Heavy B, what's going on with California?
Oh, I'm guessing they're taking a big dump in a small toilet right now.
Oh, dude, I heard even more shit about them wanting to take away the bullet button, and they're already halfway through doing it.
Well, they take away the bullet button, that's going to suck balls. But, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go through. I do not know if it'll pass.
I bet it doesn't.
I bet it does.
Well, if it does pass, that means that all the people in California with AR-15s won't have to jack with that bullet button, and it won't change a damn thing, period, because anyone who wanted a mass murder already replaced the bullet button.
Yeah,
I mean it's like enforcing pregnancy pills on teenagers. The people who are responsible are going to do it, but the people who aren't.
Yeah, but I just think that California is a lost state. I mean, we try and help. We've trying to help the Californians
They've
out.
been fighting back a lot lately. There's been a lot of stuff where the Californians have been fighting back.
But we don't hear about that in the news. All we hear about is the negative stuff.
But lately, there's been things that have failed to go through. There have been positive things that have passed that, before we were calling them a lost cause because they had lost so much ground. But it's like they finally, people that are still hanging around out there have finally woken up and decided that they're going to take their state back because they're slowly starting to gain a few positives.
Yeah, seriously, since the shooting, I mean, gun sales have always been pretty big out here in California, even though we have stupid bullshit like neutered guns with bullet buttons and 10-round magazines. More and more people are actually standing up for their firearms rights out here. It's happening. They're going to keep throwing legislation at us, and we're just going to keep trying to shoot them down, and hopefully, maybe eventually we'll go on the offensive.
No, I agree totally with Heavy B, because even though California is highly conservative, the more you have a problem, the more likely you are to face it. So they're facing it in lots of parts of urban California where it is illegal to be concealed carriers, but in rural California, you can get your sheriff to give you a concealed carry license for inside your own home county. So a lot of people in the cities are going, holy crap, you know, we got Compton, we got all these cities, you know, LA and stuff that are just being shot up by these gang members. Why are we, you know, like Chicago and Washington and New York, why are we putting up with this crap? I want to be armed. I want to protect myself.
Right.
You've also got the people who weren't affected by laws earlier, that some of those laws and proposed laws have started being things that's going to affect them, because it's that gradual little snowball thing where it gradually builds up. They get one, then they want something else, and they want something else. And so it's starting to hit people that it didn't hit before, and they're like, wait a minute, this is going to affect something I've got now. Yesterday it didn't affect me, but today it does.
Yeah,
so
not
now
cool,
those
man.
people are starting to get in and decide, wait a minute, I'm going to have to stand up for my rights now.
Well, let's just hope that they keep standing up for their rights and we stop hearing that California is such a horrible state to live in, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Well, here's the question.
Just split California in half and make
Oh.
Northern California its own state, and then that could be like a nice gun haven state. 'Cause
Safe
it's very,
space?
they were saying California used to be like 5 states or some shit like that. I was seeing a thing about it, like how the states got their shapes. And there's a lot of people in Northern California like that want to be their own state and just leave the southern part with all the cities and the crime and shit to, you know, to themselves.
A wild
Yeah,
Smeggy has appeared.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, dun, 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 dun. Okay, now the show can start.
No, Nathan already did it. You missed it.
Oh, he owes me 25 cents then.
I think you were trying to hack Trogdor's bit there for a minute.
Oh, you mentioned Trogdor, burninating the peasants, burninating the countryside.
Countryside.
Yeah,
Hey,
all right. I'm
Maggie,
sorry. There's
Maggie.
a nerd moment.
Hold on, Smeggy, I'm mailing you the 25 cents minus postage.
That means he owes you like 7 cents.
Why don't you mail him back the 7 cents minus postage? And eventually somebody will end up with some money.
All right. All right. We've milked the California all we can. I mean, there's just
No,
no
we
way we can
haven't.
milk it. Well, I'm moving on. We're moving on now. We're getting to the main topic.
Fine, moderator.
You know, as I said, I wanted to broach the topic of New York. Apparently, some of the preliminary vote results have come in, and they're saying that Matt's worst nightmare, Never Enough Ammo's worst nightmare, that Trump got New York.
Well, that was kind of a given to start with, wasn't it? He was pretty much
Seriously, home state?
And they're also saying Clinton got New York as well, and I was really
I don't understand that, because I saw that I thought they were projecting Bernie to take New York.
I thought so too,
Yeah.
but who knows? Maybe that's just the preliminary vote tallies that have come in.
Yeah.
And then he might actually go and turn it around by tomorrow morning. Who knows?
No. Hillary is the senator from New York, and Trump is from New York. They're gonna win their states. Come on.
Well,
it could be all the super delegate bullshit going on too. I don't know.
But how many states can Hillary claim as her state though? Because
Well,
I
the
mean,
New Yorkers
she was
the New Yorkers are embracing her. The
New Yorkers are a
embrace-
bunch of
Sheeple.
idiots.
Yeah, they're a bunch of idiots, but they'll embrace Hillary.
Who the hell would want to embrace Hillary? I mean, hell, Bill doesn't
The
even want
New
to embrace Hillary.
Yorkers.
You know,
Oh man, I got something about Hillary. So
oh god.
apparently there's some protest that like it was basically saying, you know, Hillary doesn't take money from like the small people. She only takes big donations. So she was going to some big fundraiser and they threw out $1,000 bills and at her motorcade. And so the news is all like, that's really sexist because she's a woman. They're throwing them like she's at a strip club or something. That's super sexist. And first off, I threw up in my mouth, and then I was like, if Hillary was at a strip club, she'd have to pay the people. Like she wouldn't get dollar bills; she'd have to hand them out.
Wow.
Did you say dollar bills or $1,000 bills?
$1,000 bills.
It was $1,001.
$1,001 bill.
$1,001 bills. Okay, I can come up with that.
She probably staged that shit because nobody else would do it.
They were doing dollar better. Okay, because a $1,000 bill is not something that exists.
And here's the thing, for anyone that's listening that doesn't understand the whole Hillary Clinton thing because you've probably been living under a rock or you just don't pay attention to politics or news. Fact is, we're not opposed to a female president. We're just opposed to that female president. Anyone would be preferable to her. I'll even go so far as to say I would rather have Sarah Palin as president than her. Okay? And Sarah Palin is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she would still be a better president than Hillary. That's my point.
Let's think of the worst female human being that could be president above Hillary.
Rosie
Who was the
O'Donnell.
lady?
Feinstein.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, no, don't say Feinstein. No, not her.
No, that's like on par with Hillary.
Satan. But Rosie O'Donnell would be a better president.
And Feinstein is also from California.
Martha Stewart would be a better president than Hillary Clinton. Let's come up with some more. Condoleezza Rice would be a better president.
Oh, I thought we were saying worse presidents than Hillary.
Oh, no, I'm saying better.
Oh, better. Oh, that's why. Okay.
Better. My dead grandmother would be a better president than Hillary.
Hitler in a dress.
Yeah.
That's a gray area. Just like the 80s.
Well, no, it's the same thing. It's Hillary.
So who would be a better president than Hillary, a female president? Who would make the best female president? It's a good question.
You know what? I'm going to go and save that. That's the question for the 8 April Daily Patch giveaway tonight.
Oh no, I already had a better question.
Oh, you have a better one? All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's got to be the one.
Do that for the Daily Patch giveaway, but not the 8 April one. I already had an 8 April idea.
All right. For the Daily Patch giveaway tonight, if you guys can, that are listening, if you can come up with a better female president than Hillary Clinton, I'm gonna pick the best one that I think out of your answers. So just either message them to me on gun channels or just put them in the hit or miss chat, and I'll choose it at the end of the show. But that is a good question.
Alive. They need to be alive.
No, not necessarily. Not if it's like like say if it was like Joan of Arc or like Mother Teresa. I would accept those answers. Just period.
No. They have to be alive. You have to have them as an option. You can't
Okay,
just come
fine.
up with greatest females in history.
You can't just pull things out of your ass. What do you think this is? Yankees chat?
Yeah, nice. Have some.
Hold your fucking horses. This is my fucking chat. I'll come up with the answers if I want to.
Okay, how about Yankee Marshall as the best female president?
No, we've seen him in bras and dresses, and I'm sorry.
That's going to be vice president. He's definitely vice president material.
As long as he's dressed up as Harley Quinn.
Brad, president.
Yeah, Yankee strikes me as more the Uncle Joe Biden type. Just buy a shotgun or just buy, don't buy a Canic, just buy
a revolver.
Buy a Kia
Yeah,
Rhino.
he needs
You'll
a
be fine.
revolver.
Actually, he done said for budget guns, can it make some good guns? He just won't buy them because of political issues.
Yeah.
Let me tell you here, somebody's going to go break in front of the Yankee Marshal's house. I just walk out on the terrace, and I say, "Move aside, special agents," and I shoot over there. Bang, bang, bang. I'm the Yankee Marshal.
I still think your son did a better impression of Yankee than you did.
He does do a good impression.
Yeah, he does. All right, but yeah, I mean, come up with a good female president that's living, the woman that's living, that would be a good female president. We'll pick the best answer at the end of the chat. Now, what else? What else were we going to talk about? We were going to talk about news and whatnot. Oh yeah, did you hear that that the government is sending over 200 plus additional troops over to Iraq, as well as a whole battalion of Apache helicopters to fight ISIS? Did you hear about that?
That sounds actually about right. Send 200 men to be put in a base and send more than that in Apache helicopters. That sounds about good to me.
I mean, they're just doing this now? What? The drones and the airstrikes weren't working? Who knew?
Yeah, politicians are idiots.
They
need to stay the hell out of the military's way and let them do their job.
Or we just need a politician that's in charge of the country that actually has some semblance of how to use and deal with the military.
The Apaches are really in a non-air combat zone where there's Air Force. That's really a pretty nice solution. Being able to say we have air superiority, there's no airplanes flying over. Sorry.
Yeah, well, okay. I can see that, but the issue is with the Apaches, while, yeah, that's a great sentiment, but they do have a limited range. They're not like, a jet fighter where it just has to drop a bomb and then it just zooms off. That's not an Apache. Apache has a limited range in order to attack
I
targets.
identify as an attack helicopter.
Yes, we know, Smegs. You only run on diesel. But Heavy B, you messed with helicopters. What's your take on this?
The Apache is an excellent air-to-ground support type vehicle. It can definitely put down some serious firepower and some hurt on ground troops.
I think you can take out quite a few pickup trucks with machine guns mounted to the back of them pretty easily.
Oh yeah, they chew them up and spit them out.
Well, in your opinion, if anyone that doesn't know, Heavy B used to work on helicopters in the military, right?
Yeah, I worked on CH-53s and CH-46s, which we call them shitters and frogs.
Did you ever get a chance to play with any Apaches?
No. Got to play with Cobras, though. Marine Corps doesn't have Apaches. They have Cobras.
Well, Cobra's close enough.
Well, it's a less advanced version of it, yeah.
But it's close enough. But so let me ask you a couple questions on that, okay? Do you think that in a desert area like Iraq, that the Apache is the better choice? Or should we be using something more suited to, desert area combat?
I think a Cobra would be better than an Apache, personally, because unless they fix the heat system on the intakes of the Apaches. But it's actually way better than using a jet. You can put point on target in accuracy. You can be totally on target accuracy without having to worry about dropping and then flying around and coming back for another run. You can lay down a lot of firepower very precisely, and in the desert, they're going to be they have the high ground, so they can see further away, so they can react to any threats coming at them too. So I think Apaches, Cobras, attack helicopters are they're an outstanding source for our troops as a weapon. I mean, it's definitely going to help our troops. I would love to know that we have attack aircraft in the air laying down cover fire for our troops so we can easily overcome, or more easily overcome, the insurgents.
All right. I'm glad I asked your opinion, and I'm sorry if I outed you as an old mechanic. But I just wanted to get your opinion on that because, it just seems that we got out, Obama jumped the gun, let all this shit happen in Iraq, and now he's finally realized that we actually have to go back in there and do it right. Granted, we're not sending our entire force like we had there in Iraq, but we are having to send more troops over there. So, I don't think we should have left.
Yeah, hey, Knight, I'm going to go ahead and do the AK patch thing because my internet sucks. I'm going to end up dropping out after the fact.
All right, go ahead.
You guys continue on. But, okay, so over on Gun Channels, the first person that says where G-Webs went today, what city did he go today and try and do the daily show from but couldn't get a cell phone signal? Well, now wait and watch. Should be pretty easy to figure out if you know anything about G-Webs and what it would be linked to April. And if you've been following the Daily Show, you know kind of his itinerary. He said it a bunch of times.
I'm looking at some of the responses as far as the female presidents, and I hate to tell you this, Flat, but Margaret Thatcher's dead. She died back in 2013, so...
Yeah, and Dr. No nailed the city right off the bat, man.
Oh, wow, he did?
Yep. Las Vegas, New Mexico.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, I guess give him the April patch.
I guess so.
That is such a rigged thing. He's a moderator.
Yeah.
He can be selfish if he wants.
Flippy, I don't know if...
Second, I don't know.
I mean, everybody should have seen that. I mean, it's not like he didn't post it all over his Instagram all day long and Facebook and...
Morrison is saying the system is rigged. and yeah, I'm going to address this right now just because Flippy said it. And I know it's Flippy, and he says a lot of stuff. But no, Monica Lewinsky is a bad choice as a president. Because she'll put out for anyone.
All right, then. Well, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good rest of the show. Sorry it's so messed up tonight.
We're probably not going to last much longer because I have no idea. I have nothing else to talk to unless you guys want to bring something up.
Hey, you guys hear about the can cannon?
I did hear about the can cannon. They redesigned it so the ATF would say it's okay.
Well, they like put a cage in the bottom of it or some crap, but yeah, they fixed it so that it's meets specifications so that they can't classify it as a SBS or whatever BS they were trying to classify it as, because it wasn't an SBR because it had no rifling, but They were trying to classify it as short barreled anyway, but yeah, they fixed it to comply with all that.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. Now we can continue to shoot our soda cans over
Right.
lakes of football fields.
Finally, we can shoot our soda cans again with freedom. Freedom cans. They're back.
Yeah, as long as your soda cans are red, white, and blue ones.
All right.
Guess that went over your heads, but anyway.
No, it didn't go over the head. It's just, there's nothing more to add to it. It's a good comment. As I said, this one, I'm just kind of pulling stuff out of thin air right now. So, I may end the show early. It may just be a short chat because it started so late. So, I'm gonna see if I can find something else to talk about real quick, and if I can't, then we're just gonna end it. And I'm gonna pick somebody who comes up with a good female president that isn't, Lewinsky or someone who's dead, because Nathan says it can't be someone that's dead, even though there are a lot of influential women that were prior, or that lived in prior generations to the ones now. So
I do have a comment. It's a topic that has not been broached yet this evening in this chat. Hillary is a cunt.
That's not a topic, more so of a statement. You mean you can stretch it as a
question mark at the end of that?
Well, no, you got to phrase it. Phrase it like, is Hillary Clinton a cunt?
Okay, I'll try again. I'll try again. Ready? Hillary Clinton's a cunt. How's that?
I agree.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yep.
John, what do you think?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
There is no question. She is a cunt. All right. Let me try something right here. Anybody else have anything you want to say or shout out or anything?
Are we going to talk about guns?
Has anyone gotten any new guns?
Oh, no, I don't have any new guns. Go ahead, Sean. Do you have any?
No, nothing new lately.
All right. Well,
I was going to ask opinions on pistol caliber carbines.
We can talk about that. We were talking about that yesterday. But
yeah.
I do want to mention this. Even though it's April, I am still working on an AK. But I've just out of the parts I had lying around, I just built another AR-15. So.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah,
Find a damn roll in or a trigger, and damn, I got to build another AR.
That's just it. And I blame Dead Horse, because Dead Horse gave me AR fever. Because he's showing off. There was one night we had chats, and he got almost a quarter of all his AR-15s out, and was showing us all the different ones he had, and he gave me AR-15 fever. Granted, this was back months ago, but the fact is it's stuck with me. But I love AR-15.
I'm eventually gonna have to build another one, because I've got a stripped upper in there that it's burning a hole in the top of my closet. So
well, the reason is
eventually gonna have to be built into something.
I had extra parts, and me and him, we were just talking in the Gun Channel's lobby the other night, and I found I was asking Dead Horse, what are some good places to get just an Anderson lower, and he posted a couple places, but they weren't really good deals. And then I went and found one where they wanted $39.99, for an Anderson lower receiver with the built-in trigger guard. So, I pulled the trigger on that, and it was only $10 shipping. So, I went and got one, and then he decided he'd go and buy like 2 or 3. So,
okay. Now, have you considered making a pistol caliber AR?
I am going to do that down the road, but I have to buy when I get the lower receiver. They have to go and actually mark it in the FFL ledger as a pistol receiver.
No,
instead
no, they
of
don't. No, they don't.
all you got to when you buy a receiver, it has to go down as a receiver. It can't go down
Okay.
as anything
If you
as
buy a
rifle or
receiver only,
it's
they accept
yeah,
it
it's
as
always
an
just a
FFL.
receiver.
Okay.
That
Well,
same thing happened with my FFL when I
then
did my
how-
pistol. I said,
well, here's
mark
the
this.
question.
It's not that choice. I just marked it as receiver.
Well, most of the time, my FFL just marks it down as other receiver. But the issue is, I've never built a pistol before. So, question: do I have to file any specific forms
No,
for that, or do I just
no.
build it into
You
one
just build it.
configuration?
You just build it. It's you, you build your pistol basically. When you get your receiver, it's going to be put in the books as a receiver. It'll be marked other / receiver or whatever, and then because there's only 3 choices on that form, and so they have to put it as the receiver option, which is other, and then that's it. You don't have to do any more
Build
paperwork or
anything you want.
anything.
Yeah, build into whatever you want to, as long as it's not been marked in a book as a rifle receiver or shown on film as a receiver where you show the serial markings on the side. On a rifle, it's a pistol receiver.
All right, then guess what? You guys are convincing me to go and build another AR. Damn you guys!
Yeah, screw us. We're
Yeah.
a bunch of bad influence.
You are horrible, horrible people, and I'm gonna have to go build myself a pistol AR. Make myself, a whole, probably something similar to what Matt had. He was showing off.
I like the way Matt's looked. I was thinking about building one too.
Yeah, I liked the way Matt's looked, but I liked how that blade fin on the back of Brandon's Scorp.
Have you guys seen mine?
No, I have not seen yours. Can you show us
Hang
some
on a minute.
pictures?
Let me grab it real quick and take a picture because the ones on my Instagram I don't have the blade on it.
Okay.
Oh, I want to play the game too. Y'all show them yours, which is cool, and I'll show them mine. That's the actual pistol, technically.
Sure, go get it. We want to see it. Remember, here on Hit or Miss, we're not just telling you about news and discussing things. We're also into guns too. So if someone wants to come on and show us their new gun or their new build, please do so because honestly, that's what the show is about. Talk about guns or anything gun related or news related.
Guns, 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 guns.
I mean, look at where we're doing this from. We're doing this on Google Hangouts at Gun Channels. So gunchannels.com. It's like the Facebook for guns and more. So if you're not a member and you're listening to this, go to gunchannels.com and join the conversation. I mean, there's really no choice.
It's free.
It is free.
And if you wanna upgrade your service, I think like the top level is featured channel, and it's $7.62 a month. I'm a broke ass student, and I can afford it. So I mean, hey, I'm not trying to guilt anybody. Just letting you know.
Well, I do the $12 a year.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, those are easy. And then also, since it is AK Pro, we should be bringing up the AK-47 buyer's guide.
That is right. Yeah, we're going to do a quick thing, intermission for the AK-47 buyersguide.com. Go there and check it out. If you're an AK guy, you know everything about AKs. Go and tell other people. AK-47buyersguide.com and let everyone know what's going on with AKs.
And
if you need to know, go there.
Crap about AKs, except for that you put rounds in the magazine and then you shoot them. You go to AK-47 Buyer's Guide to learn.
You're a Marine. Don't lie to us. You know about the AK.
I know how to shoot them. I know how to field strip them and clean them. But I don't know a lot of the other stuff they talk about, collectability, where they're made, all that stuff. I know, put rounds in a magazine, put magazine in the gun, charge the gun, pull the trigger, and bad things happen to bad people.
I guess that's all you can say about them. All right.
But there's a lot of intricacies that I am looking at.
Yeah,
when it
there's a
comes
lot of
to
options. All right, so Nathan, show us that gun. I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
So this is my pistol AR-15. Got pop-up sights on it, front and back. Have a reflex sight on it.
What company?
Yeah, Palmetto State Armory. Little parts from other places too.
No, I meant the optics.
Oh, Sight Mark, cheap as shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sight Mark. It didn't say that on it.
What kind of scoring do you have on that site?
That's why I got the backup sights. Sight Mark fails. I can shoot through those.
What kind of foregrip do you have on that? What kind of?
I have no idea.
That looks pretty nice.
It says GT on the foregrip.
Okay. UTG?
This is a pistol AR-15. It's got a GT.
No, I'm not criticizing. I'm trying to figure out because I like the way that looks.
It's really nice. I got it out of cheaper than, not the actual mail order cheaper than dirt, but the downtown one that I can go to. I got that out of there, and I just picked it up. I thought it looked cool, so I thought, hey, cool. That's awesome.
I just posted a picture of mine with the blade on it.
Why didn't you just show it to us on your camera?
Because I don't have a camera on this computer.
Because he's in that state. Anyway.
Because he doesn't want the state to know where he lives.
So standard trigger mechanism.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Standard trigger mechanism. I got the standard pistol stock on it. And if you look on the back end here, I have an old person's...
Look, you stole that from some old guy.
Yeah, I literally had to use this gun to knock an old guy over off his walker. And he was so old, I stole his jiggerbud and called the police and threw it in the bushes. And he couldn't tell them what happened because he forgot by the time they showed up. Anyway.
All right, I'm going to...
This right here, hold on. This right here, Night Strike, is a bottom to a... You go to Walgreens, get this. It's a 1-inch bottom to a Walker. And the reason you use one of these on your pistol butts is so that you don't damage them. Put that on the back of the butt of the pistol, so when you set it in your gun safe, it protects the finish of the bottom of the pistol AR so it can stand upright. And it secures it because it's rubber. So this is simply a protection mechanism to set your AR pistol up in your gun safe. That's why you put this on.
Now here's the problem I can see with that is if you get a malfunction, and you know the one I'm going to talk about, if you get the malfunction that you literally have to mortar the rifle in order to get that stuck casing out, how would you do that with a pistol?
The same way you do with a regular rifle. You just whomp it on the ground.
Okay. You know, because I've had to do it a couple times when I was using Tula ammo, and I don't use Tula ammo anymore because of that. But you know,
I mean, the first key is that, and the next key is whomp. And you're much better whomping it with a rubber pad on it than you are whomping it with no one.
All right, I'm gonna put Sean's picture of his pistol. Sean, tell us about
my great and awesome chair there.
Yeah, well, I have to say I am a fan of Angry Birds, so you know.
I didn't realize my chair was so worn out. That picture really shows all the wear on.
It's not worn.
Hold on. Your chair, is that your wheelchair?
No, it's his weathered chair. It's not. That's not worn.
Those
it's
aren't
weathered.
wheels. Those are the arms on.
Oh, those are arms? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's got those. It's got those slanted arms.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a freaking cheap office chair. It was like $60.
Okay, back to the rifle. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Get the rifle.
The
Hold on.
pistol.
Rifle. One song. Why is the paint carrying you through down?
Nathan, you're breaking up.
Okay, I should.
You're really breaking up.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sean, tell us about your pistol. Excuse me. It's not a rifle. It's a pistol. We'll
well, it's an Anderson lower. The upper is, I can never remember what the parts are from the upper. It's a company called Thunder Guns. They sell a kit basically, where you can buy an upper kit. You basically pick your parts, and then I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it's $50 extra for them to assemble it. So of course I didn't do that, and I assembled it myself. But it comes with, when you buy the kit, it comes with all of the parts for the upper, and then you just put it together. And then the lower, the trigger kit for the lower is a CMMG trigger, and then just, it was a lower parts kit that included a CMMG trigger. It was just I got it from, I think Sportsman's Guide was the lower kit that I got, but it was one that had a CMMG trigger with it, and that was like the best option I found for the money at the time, so I went with that. The sights are I want to think the flip ups I've got on here are, the hell are they?
Is that an optic you have on there?
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you have in the way of optics on there?
It's a NC Star version of whatever the hell that it's supposed to be.
Okay.
It's just a cheap red dot basically. It was like $70-$80, something like that.
Well, it's
the foregrip on it. The foregrip was like $30, and this thing is like 10 times better than the that Magpul AFG. This thing's actually ergonomic. It fits your hand. You can carry the pistol with it. If you, instead of gripping the whole forend, just pick it up by the grip itself and carry it. It fits really well. It's got a nice fit to it when you're holding it. Like most people hold their pistol like at the mag well when they're holding it out, and you just like hold the brace against your forearm, and then and hold it out. That grip has a perfect grip to it, and it's a lot cheaper than most of the others out there. And notice how it's like rounded. It's got a great feel to that grip.
awesome.
Well, I have a question on that blade. I noticed you got that thing jammed down all the way on the tube, on the buffer.
Yeah,
tube.
it's in the bottom position down there because that I can actually, people like cheek their grips or their blades. They'll cheek them instead of shouldering it. They cheek it. Well, I can actually shoot this thing the way that it's designed to be, like just braced against your forearm, and having it all the way down seems to be a better position for that than extending it out. Because I can extend it out to where it's like the length of a rifle stock, like It's got
What
6
kind of
or 8
buffer tube do you
positions
have on
back here, right? It's the buffer tube for
the pistol?
for the CAC shockwave buffer tube for the shockwave blade.
All right.
Yeah, it's the one that's made for to use with the blade, because it's got the indentions already cut into the bottom of it for the set screw. Because you have a set screw in the bottom of this thing instead of having a lever to like a collapsible stock has. You have a set screw in the bottom to position it. So you just set it in whichever notch that's already drilled into the buffer. So they're just like inset into the buffer for different positioning, and it works a lot better than trying to put it on a pistol buffer.
Awesome. Well, you've convinced me. I am going to work on building a pistol AR one of these days. So I'll probably get another lower receiver and go that route. But I think it's about that time. Why don't you guys help me find that best answer for the DPG? Let's go through the list and see who gave the best answer.
Are we talking best legitimate answer or best fucked up answer?
Best legitimate answer that's not dead.
Yeah, there's nothing to choose from there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a few humorous ones, but
you know what? I'll just pick one out of the hat then, because
there you go.
I'm not gonna.
Check the side, chat.
Oh, you found someone? No. What?
Why not?
Did he bribe you or something?
No, I just like his last comment.
What's his last comment?
Angry ARs, because instead of Angry Birds, he's got his AR.
Yeah, yeah. That's not a female. You know what?
My rifles are all females.
I'm gonna go with one of Flathmaster's responses. I haven't seen him getting a patch in a while, so Flathmaster, you get the daily patch giveaway. I'm not gonna tell anyone which one because you mentioned a couple of them, so just pick or choose whichever is the best one. Go ahead and say you got the daily patch giveaway. Go to gunchannels.com/DPG. Give us your information, and we'll send you a patch. So. Thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with us, even though we did the chat late tonight. Thank you for being in the chat, guys. But I think it's time to kill it.
One last note here.
Yeah.
You said that you named all your guns. Do you guys normally do that? Because my pistol here, I had to name it Vera. And if anybody can tell me what significance that has.
Vera, wasn't she on Cheers or something? She was like the waitress on Cheers?
No.
Sean, is she the ex-wife buried in your backyard?
No.
Is she the ex-wife of one of the Andalusia Armory guys?
No. She doesn't have any personal relevance at all. I mean, it's a reference. It's a pop culture reference. I would go out on a limb to call it pop culture because I don't know exactly how popular it is.
He just presented the idea that Vera is a pop culture reference.
Oh no, it's okay. Sean, are you referring to Firefly?
Perhaps.
I think you are. In fact, I know you are.
Yeah, on that, I'm gonna steal Matt's.
Jane Cobb's rifle was named Vera. And that's,
Oh yes, the hero Jane
big
Cobb.
man.
But I'm going to steal Matt's thing tonight. On that note, this was
You
Hit or
got-
Miss. Thank you for listening.
You got a date or